Girish Agarwaal is director at DB Corp Limited. He joins us right now. Girish, good morning. Great to have you as always. Post-quarter numbers. Unlike the last couple of quarters, this quarter numbers have been weak. I mean, they've come in below what expectations were. Could you talk about this?
Yeah, if you look at the overall numbers, we are up by around 1% compared to last year in terms of our ad revenue. And if you look at the revenue growth over the last quarter, then we are up by around 9%. Now, the whole problem in the overall margin, everything is coming down to just one thing, which is the advertising growth. Because our cost is largely under control. The newsprint price also has not gone up that drastically. Hardly some 6% newsprint price increase and 6% more from our quantity increase. But I think the biggest problem what we are facing from almost all the sectors, all the segments, that the advertising growth, which we've been used to and what we were expecting, somehow just not coming. And this being the third quarter consecutively where the numbers are below our expectations.
Right. So let's just take that point forward. For fiscal 13, what is your estimate in terms of how much will advertising, the pie itself shrink?
I really don't know what is, whatever number, internally we are working on a particular number, but I don't know how the market is going to react, because the first quarter certainly has not been our expectation. Though if I compare it with the fourth quarter of the last year, then I think we are much better off because of 9% growth. So if that can be seen as a trend that things are improving, yes, that can be seen. But important is that how this will continue going forward. Now, we can only hope, because internally whatever we can do in terms of pushing what we have done.
It is roughly ballpark. How do you think for the full year advertising is going to pan out?
Frankly speaking, nobody can give you the ballpark number. Frankly speaking, nobody, because the kind of number fluctuation what we are seeing month on month, forget the month on month, even on a weekly basis numbers are changing. Like in the month of June, the first 2 weeks were extremely good, and suddenly next 2 weeks became too bad. So the entire growth went to almost zero.
Right.
And especially now the retail market is still behaving good. We still have a double-digit growth in the retail market, but in the national market, suddenly it's almost negative.
Circulation revenues, you want to give us an outlook on whether or not they'll be stable around these levels, or you'll see a pickup?
See, circulation revenue is all internally, because if we take a call that we increase the cover price in all the markets, then I can show the number growth to whatever extent I want. But that's not one area we are banking beyond a point, because the overall percentage of the revenue to my total kitty is around 18-20%. So even if I take a 20% jump, that will not help me much, and that will hit my circulation number and the domination in the market. So I'm not really in for circulation cover price increase in most of the markets.
Could you focus mainly on Jharkhand and Maharashtra as a region?
Yeah, these two markets are doing pretty well and expect our expectations, because if you see my losses of the emerging markets, which was around 20 crores in the last quarter, that Q4, this time it has come down to 12 crores. So that clearly indicates that these markets are getting stabilized. And if you look at the margins also, which was 21% in the Q4 has gone up to 22.4%. So there's a clear growth trend in terms of our margin. But again, the top line is a real concern, because advertising somehow need to improve.
Girish, thanks very much for your time. It's a tough market. Good luck. Appreciate you joining in this morning. 199 on DB Corp. The stock's holding pretty steady. Down a little bit, just a little bit.